The sounds of any town, USA, or in this case, Parma, Ohio. A cool place to go. I had so much luck when I'd go to Parma, and this sale was no different. But the most luck I had today, when I see a sign like this hand-painted, I want to meet the guy who painted it, and let me tell you, I wasn't disappointed.
Those are some great pickups. I'll get them right out to you. Hey, I'm Hyde, the junk rocker.
When I walk in and I'm greeted by G.I. Joe figures and all other kinds of figures, this is where I want to be. Action figures for a guy my age, this is where we lived. This was the stuff that we took these things off our television and out of comic books, and we turned them into new stories. Our imaginations running wild. Honestly, I had a lot of G.I. Joe figures as a kid, and I don't think I ever really watched a single episode of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. But the fridge, I know the fridge. I definitely want to get this. I want this whole box of figures. This is a box of nostalgia. This is a box of my childhood and the childhood of many others. That's a Mask figure right there. I loved Mask as a kid. Now that I watched. That I absolutely bought the figures. I watched Mask. Lost little Masks a lot, but Mask was so cool with all the vehicles. Incredible. I gotta see if I can get a good price on this. I hope this guy is doing good prices.
Motorcycle and trailer, $40,000.
$40,000? That's not garage sale prices. Oh, I'm a bit scared now.
It's not for sale, but I figure if somebody give me $40,000 for the bike and the trailer, I'll sell it. I'll go buy a new one.
Okay, that's the I don't want to sell it price. I get it now. He wasn't looking to sell his motorcycle, but if somebody wanted to buy it, it gives him a crazy price. Hey, everything's got a price. I live in that world too. These 45s are incredible. 60s to the 80s, they're in amazing shape. And so I'm taking a look through here because I love 45s. As much as I'm a vinyl guy, 45s are really where it's at for me because I want to fill up a good jukebox. And this right here, Monkees, I am a huge Monkees fan. Seen them live so many times. And I'm a believer. And I have all these. I'm not going to lie. I've got these 45s, but these are in better shape than the ones I've got. No way I'm leaving them here. I gotta know where all these are coming from and how they're in such amazing, immaculate shape. I hope he's gonna let me in on this.
I haven't had time. Those are all from the 60s and 80s through the 80s probably. I did a bunch of venues that caused me to play music, and a lot of them are promotional copies. Some of them have their picture scenes, and some there's even more 45s in that 45 record holder up there. But what I'm doing is choice, first day today, choice 45's $4.
Okay.
I know that a lot of them in there are worth $4, $5, $6, $7. Some of them might even be worth 10 or 15. There might be one or two in there that could be a $30 one. I don't, depending on condition. But I worked at a couple of radio stations, and we always get promotional copies. And some of those you'll see stereo on one side and mono on the other, and not for sale.
Yeah, I'm all about these. Promotional ones, even better. We all love a good promo copy. So these were given to him at a time, and he's kept them in his basement all this time, and they're beautiful. So I'm walking out with even more Casablanca records here. That's Kiss. So I'm buying these original Kiss 45s, Monkees. Got to pick up Grease, add to the pile. Let's see what else we can find.
I work at country station down in Charleston, West Virginia, WCAW.
I was just in Charleston. That's where I was working.
I mean, did you see me stop dead when he says Charleston, West Virginia? I had just left working radio in Charleston, West Virginia at the time. He's telling somebody else he worked Charleston, West Virginia in radio. It's crazy the kismet with this guy. I gotta know more about him, but first I'm gonna look around more. These Transformers and Masters of the Universe books, they are coming home with me. $5 each was honestly a little bit much, but we got good deals around the rest of the stuff too, so I'm not upset about it. I really overpaid a little bit, but that's okay, because it was worth it. It's great stuff. Mystery Date and the Jetsons. I had to pick up Mystery Date. It reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons where they go on vacation and they play and they've got Milhouse with them. And Homer makes a big deal about selecting the nerd behind the door. And he looks at Milhouse, he goes, "Looks like you, Poindexter." I had to get it just for that. Mr. Sketch scented markers. Each one scented like a fruit. Incredible. This was a visceral reaction, taking me right back to my childhood. Let's talk money. I'm thinking about those G.I. Joes still.
Out of curiosity, do you know what you'd want for like this box of figures here?
Well,
In various states of...
yeah, I don't even know. I started to pull some out and I said, you know, there seems to be a group of some things in here, but
There's some G.I. Joe. There's like 2 Star Wars that are the same guy.
what would you give me for the whole box? Tell me a price that I can't say no to.
Well, that I may not be doing.
Okay.
I know I can't say no price, but I'd probably be at $10. Just because they're in various states.
They're yours.
All right, cool. That's easy enough.
Easy enough. I'll even throw you the old man on the
That works.
14.
That sounds right.
14 of the 45s, and you're
Those
still
are
looking.
5 each. I'm still looking. What do you want on the stereo cards? What is that?
I had a stereograph viewer at the time, so I wanted to buy these. So I offered him $20. Let's see what he says.
I'll do that. You're buying all those 45s.
Keep going, yep.
That way it won't beat me up on the 45.
That's true. Where am I at? Are you doing math for me?
Well, it was 56 with all of this, not counting the 45.
Okay.
And I used to be able to do that in my head real quick.
14 times 4 is
4 is 40. And
56.
56. So 56 and 56 share at 112.
That works for me so far.
Some of them are air checks from different radio stations. Some of them are commercials that were played on 3WE. Some of them might say blank, but what period of time? This would have been between, let's see, some of them are probably from the late 60s through the mid 70s. It's when I did the all-night show on 3WE. I used to come on after Duke Franklin at midnight. I lived in the basement of a house on behind the radio station was above the Cohen Drug Store on McCorkle Avenue
Okay.
in Kanawha City.
Yep.
And then I walked 2 streets in Kanawha City, and I lived in a room in the basement of a house of the lady brick house there. And I just walked back and forth and went up to the Shoney's restaurant and hung around there.
Yep.
But it seemed like it was. It wasn't as bad as Elyria. It had the canoeing or rowing races on the water in front of the Capitol. In the Capitol area, the grounds were always green and clean, but the streets, it always looked like they needed to be cleaned.
Yep.
But they had the ball diamond. I don't know if they still have the.
The A-League team?
I'm trying to think who it was. Is it Charleston?
Yes.
Charles were very friendly.
Yep, they are.
But I enjoyed it. I had a buddy that was working. He came from a rock station in Pennsylvania someplace, but this was like late 1969. Okay, he asked to borrow my car one day. And I had just been moving from the house that I was in because we had a fire to another house. I was living in a double up and down.
Okay.
And somebody set the downstairs on fire because they hated the people downstairs. Well, we lived upstairs, so I packed everything into my car. He borrowed my car, and apparently I get called into the office, and they wanted to know if I was downtown Charleston on this Friday night because there was a thing that had gone down. And my car went, and I didn't want to rat on my buddy and say, hey, so they let me go.
With a guy like Tony, I don't have to do much. I let him do all the talking. So cool to meet him. He was moving. I was happy to lighten his load. He made me some great deals on some really cool stuff. Just stuff that I felt a connection to in so many ways.
Well, thank you. Good luck on your move, and
Thank you.
much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Meeting people like Tony is my favorite part of this job. So let's just keep it going. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Until next time.